Hi, Mark. So for our rehab video today, we have a hockey player who's in the acute stage, 2 days post-injury. And for the goals today, we'll be assessing all 13 rehab goals, and we're going to have a strong emphasis on decreasing pain and improving range of motion. So the athlete's mechanism, they were checked into the boards from the back, went into the boards head first, and the neck was forced into side flexion and a little bit of rotation. The athlete has seen a doctor who ruled out fracture and any other head injuries, including concussion.
So through the assessment, we found they had limited left rotation and side bend, sharp pain, 7 out of 10, also limited flexion pain, 5 out of 10, and then limited extension as well, with pain being 6 out of 10. We found that their muscles were in tone as well. They had decreased PIVMs at the C3, C4 segment. So decreased TVPs with the right going to the left causing pain, and then on the left going to the right is limited because of spasm. And we had side glides, right push into the left, limited because of pain, and left push into the right causing pain. Limited because of pain. And then there are tender on palpation in surrounding cervical muscles. And then through observation, we found that they had forward head postures and weak, deep neck flexors.
They're more sore in the AM because of joint stiffness, and sore at the end of the day because they've been holding their head up all day. The pain is alleviated by laying down or opening positions such as forward flexion or rotation to this opposite side. It makes it worse by closing positions, so extension and rotation side bend to the same side, and shoulder checking is also really sore in her car. We found negative alar transverse ligament tests, and VBI tests were also negative, so we can proceed with our rehabilitation. And the doctor confirmed negative neurological findings, but they did have a positive quadrant test and Sperling's test with 7 out of 10 pain over C3, C4. So through our assessment, we have concluded that they have a left C3, C4 facet sprain.
Alright, so I'm going to teach you some exercises, or one very specific exercise that you need to apply with all the exercises we're going to be teaching you today. Okay. So it's called scap setting, and that's just when you want to kind of pull your scapulas down, in and down. And so everything we do in life is like always ahead of us, and so we have this rounded shoulder, forward head posture, so we want to get rid of that, and so scap setting is going to help with the rounded shoulder part. And so here, I'll show you first. So you're just going to put your hands on the wall, just kind of like light, okay? And so you don't want big movements, so you don't want like this, okay? If someone was like watching you from across the room, it should just look like subtle movements. And so you're going to imagine that you have like a pencil or like a grape or whatever in the middle of your scapulas, like right over your spine here. And so you're just gonna, first you're gonna squeeze your scapulas together. So you're gonna hold that pencil in, and then you're gonna bring them down. So if you just put your hand here, okay, over my scapula, you're gonna feel what it feels like. And so I'm gonna push your fingers together, so I'm gonna push against your fingers, and you're gonna pull them down.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
So like this?
Yeah, just like lightly on the wall. You don't have to hold on to the wall too bad. And so you're gonna push against my finger here. Good. And then you're gonna pull them down at the same time. Good. So you're gonna do that. Let's do that 10 times. And then pull them down at the same time. Good. Good. Down, in, and down. Good. All right. That was 10. Awesome. So you can do this anytime in class, like if you're just sitting in class and you're like, oh, my back feels sore. Just sit up straight and do those exercises. And anytime through our rehab today, you're gonna apply that to everything else. Does that make sense? Okay. So we're gonna come over here. We're gonna do some stuff on the foam roller. Okay. So I will show you first, and then you will do it. Okay. So you're just gonna pretty much sit right in the middle, and you're gonna have your spine just underneath on top of the foam roller, and gonna go around the clock. So you're gonna go from 6 to 12. Okay, and this is gonna help you keep that T-spine moving and not stiffen up. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So like that. Yep. And have both feet on the floor. All right. You're gonna kind of push that spine onto the foremolar, so you don't want a space in between there. So yeah, keep a nice core tight. Okay. So you're gonna go through this through the clock. 6 to 12. Very nice and slow. Good. And then all the way back down. Good. Keep that core tight. Push the back onto the foremolar. Good. All right. Sounds good. Let's do this 10 times.
Okay.
Okay. And it should be pain-free. Pain-free?
Yeah.
Good.
It's just really tight.
Good. We're just going to work on that range of motion. Awesome. And we're going to do 2 sets of these.
Okay.
Sounds good. Okay. Okay, first we're going to go through stretches to increase range of motion. So throughout all of these stretches, you're going to hold each stretch for 30 seconds 3 times. Okay, sounds good. So first we're going to go through the pec stretch. So I'm going to do it first and then you follow what I'll do. Okay, so with the pec stretch, we're going to use the corner to stretch both pecs at the same time. So you're going to hold your arm out at 90 degrees. So you're going to have your shoulder at 90 and then elbow at 90. And you want to keep your elbow on the wall, like elbow and arm on the wall throughout the whole stretch. You're going to take one leg and put it in the corner. And you're going to look really straight into the corner and kind of just lunge into the corner. You're going to lunge until you feel a nice stretch. You're going to lunge into the corner until you feel a nice stretch through the front of your pecs here. Okay, so you shouldn't feel stretched through any of your arms, but mainly through your front here. Okay? Good. And just lean until you feel a nice stretch. It should be pain-free. And is that good? Okay. Cool. So we're going to move on to the next stretch. So we're going to stretch the surrounding cervical muscles because they're pretty tight right now from the impact you took. So I'm going to show you first. So first we're going to stretch the scalenes. And so since you're too irritable on the left side, we're going to only look to the right. Okay. So you're going to look up and then look away. And you're going to feel a nice stretch through your scalenes here, okay? And so with your hands, you're just going to kind of hold the bed and just hold yourself. You don't want to like fall. So you're just going to stabilize yourself, look up, and then to the left, right, okay? Just look up first. You're going to look up first, and then look to the right. So you kind of just want to rotate your head. Yeah. And shouldn't cause any pain. You feel a nice stretch?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. So we're going to move on to the trap stretch. So I will show you first.
Okay.
Okay. So same thing. You're going to hold the chair, just stabilize yourself, and you're just going to look over your right shoulder, and then just look down. Right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Look first, and then, yeah. So you should feel stretched through here. Okay, nice. That's a good one. All right. So that's the trap stretch, and then I'll show you one more. So this is the stretch for your levator scapula. So you're just going to hold, again, stabilize yourself, hold the chair, and you're just going to look down and then look literally at your armpit. So you should feel a nice stretch kind of near your trap, but just in the back of the neck here. Cool. So look down and then look to the right armpit. And so you should, yeah, feel a stretch and a nice on this side, kind of towards your scapula. It's a good stretch?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So we're gonna move on to just simple active range of motion for your neck. So in the acute phase, we don't want you to stiffen up. So you just want to maintain the range of motion that you do have. Okay, so you're literally just gonna go through simple range of motion. Good. You want to have good posture first. So sit up straight, and so you're gonna go to the right first. So you're gonna start going to the pain-free side, and just go from right to left. So since your left side is the most irritable side, when you're going to the left, I want you to go slowly until pain-free range. Okay, so you don't want to go towards the end and have pain. You want to go until there is pain and just stop. So if you have pain there, just stop there and then come back. Okay, so that's rotation. We're gonna go, and then you're gonna do side bend as well. So same thing, posture, have good posture, sit up straight. Same thing, you're gonna side bend to the right first, and then side bend to the left just until you have pain. So, okay, and then there's flexion extension, same thing. So look up and then look down. You just want to maintain, or sorry, stay in pain-free range. Okay?
Yep.
And you're going to do each one 10 times. Good. Good. So let's do side bend now. Okay. Good. Make sure you stay pain-free. Good posture. That was 10. Good. So let's go flexion, extension. Very good.
Okay, so to help decrease a little bit more of your pain, I'm going to do what's called traction. And basically what it is, it's just pulling on your head backwards a little bit towards me, and it's going to create a little bit more space in between your neck bones, your vertebrae. Is that okay?
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to hold it for 30 seconds in this position, and then I'm going to relax it slowly back to where it usually sits. Sound good?
Okay.
If you feel anything weird or coming down the arms, singing, or numbness tingling, let me know.
Okay.
Or if you want me to stop at any time. How's that better?
Good.
No pain or anything?
No.
Just hold in this position for 30 seconds. So how are you doing with everything, this injury so far?
Well, it's kind of annoying. Just don't like to be injured.
Yeah, it's frustrating to be injured and that feeling for sure. But it's really important that you stay positive and you just keep trying your best to keep a positive mindset about everything, and know that you'll be back in the game soon. It's not a season-ending injury for you, and there's a couple different ways that we can help combat your frustration and anxiety with it. So you can do some imagery techniques, which include, I'm just going to go again here for your traction. So some imagery techniques can include picturing yourself on the ice and in your position, figuring out the best pass or where you're going to shoot from, or the move you're going to try in the game or your next practice. Just sort of keep your mind into the game as much as possible. And then you can also use a journal or something to track down your feelings and keep a diary of how also your neck progression is feeling and how you're feeling mentally for your game.
Okay.
Big thing is just to stay positive and keep yourself around the team. So keep talking to your buddies and stuff, and just know that this is not going to be a season-ending injury for you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So I'm going to do the tractions for a total of 5 sets. So 5 minutes in total, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off.
Okay, so we're going to be working, I'm going to be doing joint moves on your C3, C4 segment. And it's going to mimic extension and side oscillations per second. Any questions? No. No? Okay. If any time throughout this, it's too much pain, just let me know. Okay. So I'm gonna find the C3, C4 segment. Good. Okay. So we're doing PA guys caudally. Right. Just doing 2 sets of this. Okay. Then 2. All right. And then we're gonna move on to side glides here, going to the right. And so again, just doing 2 to 3 oscillations. Good. And no pain, right?
No, not too bad.
Okay, good. So, done 2 sets, and that is all we're gonna do.
Okay, so in our postural assessment, we noticed that you have a really forward head posture. So I'm just going to show you an exercise that's going to combat that. So we want to sit up nice and tall with our shoulders down and back.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves double chins.
Okay.
So it's going to look like this. So you don't want to use these muscles right here. You want to focus on using the ones in the back of your head back here. So you're just going to slowly pull your head back, hold it for 5 seconds, and then relax. Pull your head back, hold it for 5 seconds, and then relax.
Okay.
We're going to do that 10 times. Okay, good job. So we don't want to use these muscles, we want to stretch the ones back here.
Okay.
So nice and slow. Good. Good job.
Sorry, how many times?
10. You want to make sure you're holding them for 5 seconds.
Okay.
Good job. So we want to do that whenever you remember to do it. So at every hour you're sitting in class, you can just sit there and start doing your double chins as well as scap setting.
Okay.
And that's just going to really increase the strength and stretch out these guys back here and help put your head back in the right posture.
Okay.
Perfect. Next one that we're going to do is we're just going to work on some core for your neck.
Okay.
So if you can just lay down. So the first one that you're going to do is you're going to tuck your chin and you're going to roll and look at your toes. Okay, good job. So we don't want these to work, we just want the inner ones to work. So just tuck your chin without lifting. Good. Okay, a little too far. This time I want you to use your eyes as well. So think of your eyes looking towards your feet. Better. Good. We're gonna do 8 of those.
Okay.
Alright, so that's 8. So I want you to do those every morning and night when you wake up and when you go to bed.
Sounds good.
The last one we're gonna do, if you can flip on your stomach for me.
Okay.
Alright, so just watch me first.
Oh.
Sorry. So what you're going to do is then you're going to lay on the bed. You're going to lift your head off, but you're not going to extend it back because that's what the position that hurts you. So what you're going to do is you're just going to lift it slowly off the bed and really focus on feeling it all the way down in between your shoulders.
Okay.
So nice and slow. A little too far. You want to think of if you had a ponytail right here, I'm pulling you up. Good. And hold it for 5 seconds and then down. Good. Is that causing you any pain?
No.
Perfect. Good job. So you're going to do that 8 times, holding for 5 seconds, morning and night.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yep.
Perfect. Do you have any questions for me? just gonna go over some sleeping postures. So how do you normally sleep?
I like to sleep on my stomach.
Okay, so what kind of pillows do you sleep with?
I don't know, just regular, like just a regular pillow. I like to sleep with one.
You want to sleep with one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So when we're gonna try and get you to not sleep on your stomach,
Okay.
you can put pillows beside you so you don't roll over on your stomach. So we want you sleeping on your back, one pillow underneath your head. Try not to turn your neck to one side or the other. And then just place pillows on either side. Make sense?
Okay. Yes.
And then we just want one pillow underneath, so no
Okay.
doubling up your pillow if you feel uncomfortable. Okay? We just want you to have a nice neutral spine, so there's no extension or flexion.
Okay.
Okay, sitting is another thing. So as you can see that we still have that forward head posture, so we want to make sure that we're sitting up with your shoulders back, nice and tall, and making sure that chin is back.
Okay.
So just remind yourself in class whenever you're sitting and studying, try not to bend forward when you're studying, sit nice and back. And what we're gonna do is for laptops, you want them to be at least 30 degrees down from eye level.
Okay.
So you can put them on textbooks or on a raised desk and then get an external keyboard so that your arms are at 90 and 90. Your elbows are at 90 and your wrists are neutral. Make sense?
Okay.
So you can put a book on your lap and type off your lap. You can put your textbooks up so you have the computer or the keyboard here.
Yeah.
And then that will help with the flexion.
Okay.
And we can get rid of that forward head posture again. And driving, we should avoid driving until we can shoulder check fully. So harass your roommate into driving you or one of your teammates. And then when you are driving, just again, if you could put your head, because that headdress tends to sit out a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you can put the seat back a little bit and so your head isn't pushed forward and then not leaning against that seat so you have that nice straight posture.
Okay.
And that's your hip bones are sitting equal when you're driving.
Sounds good.
Sounds good? Perfect.
All right, so we're not going to have you be in practice for the next couple days. Instead, we're going to have you do cardio on the side. So keeping in mind that today's the beginning of the week, and we can maybe hopefully get you through to the next set of games. So we'll take a couple days off of practice, and instead we'll have you on the bike at practice. So you can go for 30 minutes, go for 80% of your max heart rate, and you guys have the heart rate monitors already, so make sure you're wearing it and hitting the 80% target zone for 30 minutes. And for the rest of your exercises, we'll be doing the ones that we already taught you today. And I have a list here that I wrote all of them out for you, and I even wrote the sets and the reps. So as long as you're pain-free, we'll have you do all of them as prescribed. If you are starting to experience pain, then we'll just have you cut off that exercise.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
No, just bummed about practice.
Yeah, so let's keep going with the diary and the imagery techniques. I wrote that in here as well for you.
Okay.
Just keep positive. So being around the team and just keep in mind that, game day is coming soon and we'll try really hard to get you back in for that.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll see you in 2 to 3 days.
Okay. Thank you. So the reason why we treated them the way that we did is that we wanted to not aggravate the irritable neck. Facet joints are usually really irritable in the acute stage, so we chose to do a conservative treatment where it's not into pain, using pain-free motions, using joint moves and traction to do pain instead of increase range of motion, because it would just overall be too painful. And then a lot of our neuromuscular control stuff went into our postural and core stuff, because neck stabilization exercises would be way too irritable right now.
Yeah, like lots of the pain was coming from lack of range and then also just pain from the spasm as well. So the emphasis was largely on increasing the range of motion and decreasing pain for that reason.
And so yeah, we did put a big emphasis on teaching proper posture, and teaching those like deep neck flexors to work instead of using just superficial neck flexors. So yeah, we taught the scap setting too, just to kind of combat that forward head posture and forward shoulder. So if they have bad posture, we don't correct that. They're just gonna be more likely to re-injure themselves.
After watching the videos, I think that we could have improved on like our clarity and maybe just like slowing down a little bit. Obviously, we're doing it fast because of the video aspect, but like dealing with an athlete in real life, we should probably slow it down a little bit and be a little bit more layman's terms with our like directions, so flexion, extension, or like bending your chin down or head back instead.
Yeah.
Being more personal, I guess, and not being so automated.
Robotic.
Yeah.
We would like to progress them by doing more deep neck flexor exercises and really getting into that scapular setting because it's such an important part, and then doing more joint mobs at higher grades to really get rid of that facet issue and relieve their restrictions in the range of motion. Also doing trigger point release of those muscles in spasm. We didn't really want to touch those right now, so that's why we use traction.
And gentle stretching.
Yeah, and get more into those stabilization exercises for neuromuscular control.
And we're gonna see this athlete at least 2 times a week while they're still irritable and in that acute stage, and so that probably take about 2 weeks. And then after that, when they're less irritable, we'll probably see them about once a week. Yeah. And we're probably gonna see this athlete later this week because we did give them a lot of exercises, so we want them to come back just to make sure that they are doing the exercises properly, or see if we need to progress anything, or if we need to take anything away, if it's causing them too much pain. So we send them home with a lot of exercises, and just be good to catch up with them.
Yeah, and then seeing them later in the week to hopefully try and get them into more activity as well, because we only had them on the bike and nothing like sport specific. So probably getting them in later in the week to add on to that, and then some more like sport specific things too.
Yeah, and then we wouldn't return them until they have full range of motion, they have absolutely no pain, and their neck strength and core is increased probably about 80%. And then we'd give them the go home free card.
Yay!
Bye!